Oh, I'm sorry. Miss Babs has taken the triplets to see Get Carter. They won't be back till this afternoon. No, you won't recognise my voice. This is my first day in the antique shop. I've just been moved up from antique packing. Sorry? Trixie! Trixie Trouble, some people call me. Bye.
Here's your cocktail. Don't blame me if you run out of stomach lining.
I won't. Anyway, I only have to snap my fingers and someone I know will come running with a dozen stomach linings.
I suppose you mean Mr. Kenneth.
He's already bought me a leotard and a wet-look bra.
And what did you have to do in return?
You better ask the receptionist at the Formica Motel.
Disgusting. And him an ex-territorial with triplets.
That's a matter of conjecture. I found out quite a few things at the Formica Motel. One, that your precious Miss Babs checked in there 9 months to the day before the triplets were born.
Oh, with.
It's very quiet in here. I hope you weren't talking about me.
Right. So we'll have these antiques packed up immediately and sent down to the station. Plenty of sellotape. We don't want any more accidents.
Yes, miss.
How's your new girlfriend, Derek? What was her name? Marie-Therese Francine Dubois.
Yes, miss. She's gone back to the convent, miss.
Oh, no. And after all that trouble you went to find her a pleated skirt. Did she leave a note?
She left a novel, but I don't think it's very commercial. Miss Babs! I still think of you, Miss Babs. Whenever I'm watching the show jumping or grilling a tomato.
Sorry, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Of course not, Trixie. We were just discussing the best way of packaging a spurred tea service.
Yes, well, we can't afford to have anything broken now, can we?
What do you mean?
Like your marriage to Mr. Kenneth? It's amazing what you can find in a waterproof packet tied to a lavatory ballcock if you look hard enough. It seems I'm not the only one round here with a birthmark shaped like a moped. Mummy.
There is now a new Acorn Antiques book, in addition to the 53 already on sale. This one is $1.95 and tells the tale of Mr. Kenneth and his trip to Manchesterford to see the chiropodist. That's A Waning Moon, published by Acorn Books, on sale at your local supermarket, probably by the digestives.
Yes, that's rather nice, isn't it? Or, in the same price range, we have the Steinway, which is a very nice piano.
Well, I don't know, actually. Do you have one in this finish, but which plays that tune?
Sarah Wells is 24. Since leaving drama school 3 years ago, she has never had an acting job, but she's determined to be an actress.
I don't want the fame. I don't want the bright lights. I just want to work in the theatre because I love the theatre. And I'd work anywhere. I'd even work in the north. Just to be in the theatre.
And where are you off to today, Sarah?
Well, I'm going into town. I'm seeing rather a high-powered agent at 11. Then I'm up for a commercial. Then I'm seeing the director of the company I'm shortlisted for, which is lovely.
Where is the company?
Oh, it's in the Midlands or Wales, something like that.
Busy day.
Then I'll try and squeeze in my juggling lesson. Because I do think it's very important to have special skills in this business.
And on to the second call of the day, an audition for a television commercial.
I know they want someone early 20s, my height, this colour hair, so I'm fairly hopeful.
Oh, that's it. Hi, Sarah. Hey, come on in. This one, I think. How are you? Yeah, Bob Graham. We met last week.
Yeah.
Nice to have you with us. I've got a terrible migraine. Very boring, but we won't go into that. Look, the purpose of this little gathering is not to see how well you can recite 2 pages of Juliet's death scene. You know, been there, seen it, bought the T-shirt. No, we want to find out about you, and we want you to find out about us. Okie dokie, pig in a pokey. Okay, everyone gather round, please. This is Sarah. Hello. Okay, hello. Steve, Bill, Tony, Jane,
Hi.
Fanny, and Pauline.
Hi.
And where's Anna? She must be in the loo. Okay. Right. We're going to play leapfrog, right? But with a difference. You're Hamlet. You're Hinge, Brackett. You're a bottle of milk. Mari Lloyd, Milton Keynes, and you're Lady Godiva. Okay?
3 hours later, Sarah got the job. Is it a good play, your first play?
It's written by a girl who works in dry cleaners. It's her first play. And it's all about a girl who works in dry cleaners.
Is that you?
Oh, no, I play an older lady, Miss Williams, who's teaching this girl about life and so on. I've been working very hard on it. And I just know she wears peach lipstick.
Can we please just have... Look, everybody, please, can we just have one at a time, a little bit of order?
So, when Tracy says, I'm sick of the smell of dry cleaning fluid, she's really saying, I'm sick of my dad, I'm sick of living in a back-to-back, I'm sick of having an unemployed boyfriend who kicks shit out of me, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it could be just that she's sick of the smell of dry cleaning fluid.
Well, look, when we run Act 1, I'll do it for you both ways, okay?
Okay. Right, are there any more queries?
Is this scene on page 30? Well, all my lines have been cut. I just wonder whether they shouldn't be put back. I don't know.
I think we were right to opt for silence on this one. I think the character has more strength by virtue of her non-participation.
Right, Bob. Yes, I see. So, would you bother with the peach lipstick here or not?
Look, we can all read and write and lay bets. Tracy don't need no more.
But Mrs. Mottershed, life is... Education is life itself, and at our disposal. I knew this perfectly last night. Look.
Look, dear, the audience will have died of old age by the time you get those papers out.
I'm going to work on opening the handbag. We might put Velcro on it.
What's the Velcro situation? It's coming. Okay, and again, Fanny, that's smashing what you're doing. It's lovely. It's perfect. Just keep the pain churning away. Okay, it's fabulous. Great.
I said to Bob, my character just wouldn't wear this cardigan, and he told me to off.
I know. Well, I went and I said, Tracy's mum wouldn't smoke Silk Cut, she'd smoke Benson and Hedges. And he said, put Silk Cut in a Benson and Hedges packet. The same.
Let's face it, if you're not a fanny, it doesn't really want to know.
She's very good, though, isn't she? Just a little bit shallow, though, don't you find?
Her boobs are quite saggy, too, aren't they?
It's true, actually.
It's the first night.
It's from Bob. To be or not to be, that is the question. Be good, Bob.
Ha! What's that, a quotation or something?
Don't know. Oh, first night paper.
God, it was terrible! I was supposed to say cocoa. I suddenly came out with hot chocolate.
I know, I thought you got mad. I thought Sarah split. First night nerves, darling.
all so good. You were all so good.
2 days later, Bob Graham heard that his grant had been taken away and the company was disbanded.
Before I say goodnight, we'll just have a quick look at what's going on in our area over the weekend. There's an autumn fair at St. Paul's Church Hall at 2 o'clock on Saturday. I suppose they think if they spell it with a Y, more people will come. There's a concert on in the town hall. Enigma Variations, Beethoven's Ninth. Nothing we can't hum there. And Saturday night sees the last performance of The Stars Look Down at the Mineshaft Theatre. The play is about miners. It's set in the northeast. So not only will they all have filthy vests and black faces, we won't be able to understand a single word they're saying. Still, I must say in the Mineshaft's favour, they do a marvellous quiche. Well, that's it for tonight. Have a lovely weekend. I'm going to Tewkesbury to see my grandmother, who's rather frail, and has a very nice sideboard which she may possibly leave me when she kicks the bucket. Good night.
Would you like to examine me then, Doctor?
No, thank you. I had enough cold meat at lunchtime.
You? I saw your advert. Oh, well, the paraffin heater is nearly new. No, the cosmetic surgery advert. Oh, in the butcher's window. Right, sorry. Take a seat. Yes. No. Sorry. Yes. Now. Hang on. Oh, don't worry, that's liver. Now, have you been to us before? No. I thought not, as you're not limping or visibly mutilated.
You mean things can go wrong?
Oh, not every time. It's just that Mr. Heathbury, the surgeon, do you know him? He used to be Heathbury's Plumbing and Gas Fitting in the High Street. He's got that drinker's disease, delirium. What is it, delirium?
Tremens?
When you shake, yes. But it's all right. We keep everything very blunt, you know, to be on the safe side. And I'm forever bringing him in a coffee.
Into the operating theatre? But doesn't everything have to be sterilised?
Well, the milk's sterilised. I think that's why he does so many breast operations, you know, somewhere to put his donut. Now, what was you after having, Ollie? I must tell you, Mr. Heathbury doesn't do the below the waist, the married organs. He doesn't do sex changes.
Why not?
Well, we've had a lot of trouble with it. Mr. Brearley, who wanted the full conversion job, you know. Pipes relayed, all on-site rubbish removed. He's been round here several times since, getting very unpleasant in a pinafore dress, complaining that he still can't get the Topsy on Midnight in the Oasis. So we just do the basics now. Facial hair.
Removal?
No, we don't do removals.
Do you remove facial hair?
Not properly. We can tint it for you. We do breast augmentation, you know, that is providing we've just done a breast reduction and we've got the right bits left over. We do apronectomy, you know, removing the stomach flesh of overweight people. That's very popular. In fact, we've had to hire a skip.
Do you do nose jobs?
Yes, we do two. We do a little pointy one and a big blobby one. Those are the only two we can do. I think I've got one here, actually.
No. I was wondering, I've lost a lot of weight, and I could do with having all the loose skin removed here.
Yes, we've done that before. The lady came out with lovely upper arms, very tight skin. It was just as she went out in the sun, you know, she had to prick them with a fork.
I think I'll leave it for now, thank you.
I know, isn't it awful? I can't resist. It's a staff discount.
Excuse me, just fiddling with a Gilbert there. Well, it's 6:30, and this is where we unfortunately have to lose half our audience, because there's a much better programme on another channel. But to whet the appetites of those who are sticking with us, possibly you have rheumatoid arthritis and can't change channels easily. Anyway, next week sees the start of a brand new drama series set in a sleepy Yorkshire village in 1929. I should say a Wednesday from the photograph. It follows the fortunes of Pippa, a scatty, lovable backstreet abortionist who causes a few raised eyebrows when it is discovered her parlour curtains haven't been lined. In this scene, Pippa, newly arrived in Brassingdale, has her first confrontation with Winnie Witherslack, proprietress of Witherslack's Bits and Doings.
Good morning. I'd like a dolly tub, a mangle, some great polish, a First World War butcher's bicycle, and a wrap-over pinny, please.
That'll be 9 pence 3 farthings. I'll send that round first thing in the morning.
Thanks ever so. You don't like me very much, do you, Weenie?
That I don't.
Well, I don't like bad feeling. This is 1929 and there could be a war in 10 years. So what do you say to grudgingly coming round to my way of thinking and having a heart of gold under that formidable exterior?
It's easy for you to say.
Please be my friend. You could be in all the episodes then.
Hey, Pippa Tenbury. You may not be from Yorkshire, but you're just as boring as if you were.
Carl,
What?
do you know the facts of life?
Some of them.
Which ones do you know?
Gravy. I know how that's made. Know where my mum's apron is.
Do you know where babies come from?
Of course I do. They come from women.
How come?
Don't ask me. You want to send off for a pamphlet.
What's that?
They tell you what's what. We got one at home about lagging.
Can I not just read yours then and not send off?
No, you want a what's it pamphlet.
Oh.
You know, at it. What is it you want to know, anyway?
Oh, well, it was something my mum said about my honeymoon. She said I've not to wear my pixie hood in bed. She said men don't like it.
Won't bother me.
Will it not, Carl?
Why should it? I'm not going to be there, am I?
In the honeymoon?
Well, it's the money, isn't it, Gail? We can't both go. You'll go this year, I'll go next.
Okay, Carl. Carl!
What?
What's your favourite sandwich?
Treacle.
Just treacle?
And bread.
Mine's not.
What?
Treacle. Carl?
What?
Don't you want to know what my favourite sandwich is?
Nope. That's your feminine mystiquery, that.
What?
Not knowing.
What else do you not want to know?
I don't want to know where to catch a bus for Haslingden.
Suppose it does, yeah.
Well, I'd better get off and clear Miss Bab's coffee cup. It's a new brand. Last lot tasted a bit odd, apparently.
Hello, Mrs. O. I thought I'd bring my own coffee cup down today. You know, it still tastes a little bit odd.
What sort a little bit odd?
Oh, I don't know. Almost as if someone was trying to kill me.
You are an old silly Billy.
Well, you see, I am a majority shareholder in Acorn Antiques since Bertha's amnesia. If I were to die, that would certainly suit Cousin Hereth very well.
But he's a well-known gambler and playboy. And anyway, he's in Marbella.
Correction. Was in Marbella. Planes are very quick nowadays. Or perhaps here in your world of antiques, you did not know this.
I'll make some sherry, Miss Babs.
And who is this charming young senorita?
She's my daughter, and she's engaged.
Not to engage, to come out dancing tonight, I hope.
Aren't you and Bobby going Crown Green bowling this evening?
No, he's ripped his wrist. Yes, I'd love to come out dancing.
That's settled then.
Mummy, could I borrow your long-line bra?
It's in my sideboard.
Do you have any dance dresses that fasten with Velcro?
A blue one.
Wear it.
Oh.
That was a delicious 5-course meal. Thank you. I had forgotten how good you were with food.
I may feed you, Cousin Hereth, but I don't like you. Let's cut the pleasantries, shall we? Just why do you want to buy my shares?
You don't like antiques and you never have done.
True. But I do like motorway service stations.
What do you mean?
Look out! Of the window!
Council Bergman putting a sign up. I can't quite... A new motorway to be built here starting the 25th. That's tomorrow. Why haven't I had a letter? Why are you whistling like that? I knew that tune. It's the one our postman always whistles. Oh, I see. It wasn't a postman at all. It was you.
I know, Miss Babs. It's a pretty bit fractious. I promised I'd pop up and read them a bit of Simone de Beauvoir.
Please do clear away, Mrs. O. In fact, you may as well clear away the whole dance.
Could you possibly fetch my briefcase, Mrs. Overall? I wish to show Miss Babs my theodolite.
Oh. Well, I don't know where to start. I was in the cafeteria here, and a woman sat down with a prune yoghurt. And her speakers are fine, so I said, "What's that terrible smell?" She said, "It's my grief." And I said, "Well, it wants washing." She said, "Do you mind if I smoke?" I said, "Not a bit, but if I get bronchitis, will you stump up for the bed jacket?" That told her. Then she came out with it. She said, "I'm Arabella Fitzhenty and I'm on tranquilizers." I thought so would I be with a name like that. But I just kept mum and busied myself with my munchmallow. She said, "You probably recognise me. I do the advisory programme. I'm very big in the provinces." I told her, "You've yet to click in Cheadle," which I think hit home. Anyway, she said, "Kitty, could you possibly fill my slot for me? I cannot cope. I've left me culottes on the underground. It was trainee day at the bikini waxers. Yes. And I've got a raging case of premenstrual tension. All this in a voice loud enough to blow the froth of a Horlicks 2 tables away." So I leant over, tapped her on the cleavage with a pastry fork. I said, "My mother gave birth to twins in an unheated wash house and then got straight up and finished the mangling, so think on. I've had my share of gynecological jip. I still can't polka without wincing, but we're spunky and Cheadle, we totter on. Anyway, here I am with these. Dear Kitty," it says Arabella, "my boyfriend and I used to make love at least twice a night, but now it has dropped off." I'm not surprised. "Is he getting tired of me?" "Well, I'm getting tired of you, and I've never even met you." "What's this? Sex, sex, more sex. You'd all be much better off with an 800-piece jigsaw." This is the sort of letter I prefer. "Do dogs go to heaven?" Hello, Catherine. No, they don't. What's this say here? I have just moved to a strange area. What on earth for? How can I meet a lot of people in a short time? Well, you could get caught shoplifting. You know, making friends is a matter of give and take. I give my friends advice, and they take it. I never speak behind people's backs. If I've anything nasty to say, I pop it on a postcard. If there's a noisy party going on in the block, I don't complain. I just zip up my cocktail slacks and get over there and get frigging. Or whatever the current dance craze may be. You see, I'm so popular now that people hide in shop doorways when they see me coming because they feel inadequate. Now, I have to dash. I've a manic depressive chum to visit. I go every week. I read her The People's Friend from cover to cover. I do all the voices. She never seems to cheer up. Now, where are those parsnip baps, Morag. Morag!
Hello. Now, since I've been working here, I've had a lot of very lovely letters asking me where I buy the various tops and blouses I wear to the studio day by day. Well, obviously, I can't reply to you all personally, so I'll just take this opportunity to say to those who took the trouble to write in, mind your own business.
I'm partly wanting to go to university for the education and also for the social life. Just the words on campus. They just have such an exciting sound.
How did you get on?
It was very hard. Much tougher than I imagined. Loads of questions about people I've never heard of. Johann Sebastian, somebody. I just don't know. I think I played Ebb Tide as well as I've ever played it, so... fingers crossed. Breezer over here for now, Daddy. I'm not sure where it should go until I get my Simon Rattle posters up.
Lovely view of the tower, darling.
Well, that's where everybody commits suicide, apparently. It was in the prospectus. Look, I'll sort all this lot out. You go.
All right, Lambkin. Oh, Daddy's bought you a little present.
Just some marijuana. Something to handle. I seem to think it was the right sort.
Don't think people smoke it anymore, Daddy. It's not like when you were at college.
Just chuck it in the bin if you don't want it. You do have a bin.
Yes, honestly, look, do go, honestly.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
You're right.
Bye-bye, darling. Oh, we'll come and see you often.
Okay.
And bring food. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Brought my guitar, so any peculiar wailing noises you hear through the wall, that'll be me. Little me. Not so little, unfortunately.
I play Ebb Tide, actually, on an electronic keyboard, so, if you fancy the odd duet.
The odd duet. Very odd, you know, if we're playing.
Wonder how much coffee you're going to drink before the end of term.
Gallons and galloons.
That's the mistake.
Let's go to the loo. Yeah, lavatory. Excuse me a mo.
I think she and I will be pretty good mates. That's Hilary. She's doing religious studies, and her second subject's netball, I think. She got here a day early, so she's going to show me the spin dryer and the milk machine.
There's a place to dry tights across the way, if drying tights turns you on.
Your zip's undone.
That settles it. On the old diet. With the boyfriend going off me.
What does he do?
Oh, he's at school. Head boy, but we don't talk about that.
You're not really fat, anyway.
Oh, my hero.
So where are you off to tonight?
Well, tonight's the last night of Freshers' Week, so everyone in Blakers... Oh, sorry, that's Blakethorpe Hall. We're all going to Pee-wee. That's Peabody Tower next door. And we're all having the sort of do in the television room. So if anyone wants to watch television, that's Jolly Hard Cheese. Probably have the most horrendous hangover tomorrow morning. Probably miss my first tutorial.
Just put all Hilary's furniture into the lift and now we're going to jam the doors.
Some twerp spilling out my butter. I bet it was Hilary.
Maggie.
Well, I bet it would have been if she hadn't... God knows how they got her on the stretcher. Legs that size.
Shut up, Maggie.
Do you think you had anything to do with Hilary's suicide attempt?
No, not really, did
I
we?
don't think so.
I think going away to university for the first time, it's a strain on anybody. The lectures, making your own coffee, buying soap powder. There's a lot of pressure. If you're fat and ugly with a hopeless personality, you're probably better off taking an overdose or something.
So you don't feel badly about any of this business with Hillary?
I might have been when I first came, but not now. I've been here 10 days and I can cope. Actually, it's great that her room's empty because now I've got somewhere to put my freezer.
I'm having a lot of trouble with my periods, Doctor.
Oh, yuck. I don't tell you.
I know I'm late. I've had another dust-up with handicrafts. I said, no point dumping it all in ladies. It's a well-known fact, Raffia don't flush. So, don't want no more ignorant pillets barging in from judo. Right. Life. L-I-F-E. What is it?
What you make it.
It is what you make it. God can give you cardboard, but it's up to you to save up for a Stanley knife. Am I right? I'm not wrong. If life gets on top of you, what do you do?
Bite its ears off.
Bite its ears off. Yes, you don't give in. You don't give up. If you want to be trodden on, right, welcome on your arse, but don't come here. I'm a fighter. All as have been, all as will be. And I'm going to teach you boys to fight back, right? Dennis, get that face up. This is God's good anacalypta. Get looking at it.
Too spotty.
Spotty? Do you think I've never been spotty? I've had craters big enough to hold a Tupperware party in. I've had a back like a red van leg box. I've had spots so big I couldn't burst them. They had to be detonated in a controlled explosion. Anybody laughs, tweak the nose hairs. Right, Dennis, did you pluck up? Did you propose?
Well, I remembered what you said, that looks don't matter, and at least with a face like mine, it wouldn't have all the pressures of being a top
male model, yeah.
Well, she still said no.
Now, Dennis, after this class is over, I want you to get over there, put tinsel round your private parts, yes, stick them through the letterbox and say, hey up, Sandra, this is what you're missing, Chuck. Will you do that? Okay, right, now, Vaughn. Stand up for me, Vaughn, will you, please? Now, Vaughn has been coming to me now for quite some fortnights, haven't you, Vaughn? He come here. No, he crawled here. Well, you wait yourself, to be frank, didn't you, Vaughn? In fact, there's still a bit of a niff in the rush bottom. He had personality problems, he had marital worries, he had trouble at work, he had mouth ulcers, and he couldn't pronounce Bonjila. In fact, you were bottom at bloody chip pan, weren't you, Vaughn?
I was, no two ways.
And so, Vaughn, would you like to tell me and Dennis and Michael and Gonzo what exactly happened when you awoke this morning?
I got up to find that my wife had prepared 2 fried eggs, which, as you know, lurk in my guts. So instead of concealing them in my car coat pocket, as per usual, I applied them to the inside of my wife's bra slip, affording her not inconsiderable singeing to the bust region. When she pointed this out, I replied that it was of little interest to me since we had not had intimacy since the power cuts of 1971. And even on that occasion, I could recollect no satisfactory conclusion.
This is heartwarming stuff, Vaughn. Go on.
I asked my boss for a rise. On his refusal, I removed his clothing and filed him under B for birthday suit.
Go on.
I have lost my job. I face several charges of manslaughter. In fact, there are 2 plainclothes policemen waiting in the corridor. You have totally ruined my life. And I now feel able to tell you that you are deeply unattractive with all the sexual allure of K-pop. And I now feel obliged to kill you, or at the very least, badly maim you.
Vaughn. Only next time tweak me nose hairs and then throw me through the window. Okay, everybody, take 5.
Happy with your wash?
Yes.
How about close up?
Yes!
It's got no price on, did you notice how much they were?
No, I didn't.
Won't be long.
Good.
We're a bit short-handed today. See, us that works here gets the old food cheap. And if it's something like a pork pie, you can actually die a pound. So, you know, the girl that checks the prices, she's probably, passed on.
Honestly, I thought you girls on the till knew all the prices.
I've only come on the till today. I were in meat packing before, then an overall come free, so come here.
But surely you wear an overall when you're packing meat.
No, you just bring something from home. I had our dog's blanket.
But you can't have a dog in a place where food's being prepared.
I didn't. It's dead. We call whiskey. We take one of the pork pies from here.
But you do wear gloves, don't you, when you're wrapping meat?
Oh, I did. Woolly ones. I get a lot of colds. I like to have something to wipe my nose on. I liked it in meat packing department. It was dead near the toilet.
That sounds disgusting. Who's in charge of that department?
Mr. Waterhouse, but he's not here today. He goes to some sort of a special clinic on Thursday. I'll do your veg anyway. Oh, sorry. I've caught this cold off Susan on smoked meats. Well, they're not smoked when they come, but she's on 60 a day.
Cauliflower. Look, how much longer is this going to take?
Well, do you want me to ask the supervisor?
Yes, thank you.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Brinsley. It's Gemma here.
Hello, Gemma. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you, Mrs. Brinsley. How's your boils? So putting you on the cheese counter hasn't helped. Well, look, what I'm calling about is I have a lady here, and she bought me a packet of bacon with no price.
Is it streaky?
Well, it is a bit, but it should wipe off. And the sell-by date is August the 5th, 1984. No, hang on. 1964.
3 and 9.
3 and 9, thank you.
You mean that bacon's 20 years old?
I don't know. I was away when we did addings.
This place is a disgrace. Filthy, unhygienic, the food's not safe to eat, and the staff are all positively diseased.
£2.95, please.
On the other hand, it's very cheap and easy to park.
Hello. Just a quick rundown of what we can expect to see on Sunday, strikes permitting. It's dreadful, isn't it? I mean, I could go on strike because officially I'm entitled to 2 cushions on this seat and there's only 1. But I shan't because I feel that people should be grateful for having a job these days. And I have heard that quite a few people on Social Security go abroad for their holidays. So really, I think random executions might make these strikers buck their ideas up. Sunday's viewing. There seem to be a lot of things for Asians in the morning. Then there's a few sort of handicap things. Then at 5 o'clock, it's religion, when various bishops will be showing us their kitchens and telling us how God has helped them with the cooking and preparing of food generally. Then at 5:30, it's our very own quiz show, Snookered, with the very popular Ken Burrows. He's not very popular with me, but I suppose working class people find him amusing. There's a preview coming up now. Oh, there isn't. I beg your pardon. Thanks very much, Nobby.
Last week, I asked for a book with no sex, no drugs, no violence, and no bad language.
Yes.
And you gave me this.
Yes.
Well, it was bloody boring. I'd like some filthy ones, please.
What's that, dear?
It's tofu.
Tofu, what's that?
Soybean curd.
What is it?
It's soya bean curd, ma'am.
Oh, right.
Well, two tofus then, dear, please. And a cup of tea, ma'am?
Oh, yeah, not half.
2 teas, dear, please.
Robosh, lapsang, rose hip or chamomile.
What sort of tea do you fancy? And then the rooibos or the lapsang?
Up to you.
Well, 2 lapsangs then, dear, please. 1 milky, 1 not quite so milky.
Soy milk,
Goat's milk or cow's?
What sort of milk do you want, Mum? Oh, cows, please.
One with cows, dear, please, and one with goats. The goat's over by the coat rack. Just milk as much as you need.
A packet of Smarties, 2 donuts and a Cornish pasty, and quick!
Well, I hope you all enjoyed your Sunday lunch and are feeling nice and relaxed. Don't snooze off just yet, though, because later on we've got another film classic. Made in 1961, it's in black and white. Oh, I don't like things in black and white. I just hate the fact that someone could walk in while you're watching a black and white film and they might think you can't afford colour. I can never really enjoy anything in black and white. Here's a bit of it anyway. I won't watch. I'm going to nip out and see if anyone can mend the dispenser in the ladies' powder room. Not the soap dispenser, the other dispenser.
Barry, no.
Heck. I've never thought of myself as romantic, Frida, but you've got a cracking bust.
I've got to go, Barry. I'm on first shift down the pit.
Snog a bit longer and catch last bus.
I can't.
I'll give you £3.
It's not the money. My mum's being buried tomorrow and I've got to make sandwiches.
Just a bit longer. I haven't finished unbuttoning your cardigan yet.
I'm not in the mood.
What's up, love?
What do you think?
Oh, no. How did it happen?
You know flicking well how it happened.
But we was dead careful.
Not careful enough, Barry.
Did you try gin?
Yes.
And hot baths?
Yes, shut up, it's no good.
What am I going to tell me, ma'am?
You just have to tell it truth. The whippet got wet, caught cold and died.
Now, honestly, Morag, I do think that Brillo has helped your freckles. What? Oh, hello! We've been having a running buffet for the last programme. We all mucked in on the nosh. I did my butterbean whip. It's over there in a bucket. And the director did us a quiche. I suppose it's his acne, but I definitely detected a tang of Clearasil. The producer didn't cook, thank goodness. She's a nice girl, but when someone chain smokes Capstan full strength and wears a Coleman's jerkin, you're hardly tempted to sample their dumplings. First day I met her, she said, I'm a radical feminist lesbian. I thought, what would the Queen Mum do? So I just smiled and said, we shall have fog by tea time. She said, are you intimidated by my sexual preferences? I said, no, and I'm not too struck with your donkey jacket either. Then it was, what do you think of Marx? I said, I think their pants have dropped off. She said I was referring to Karl Marx, who, as you know, is buried in Highgate Cemetery. I said, of course I knew. But were you aware, I said, that Cheadle Crematorium holds the ashes of Stanley Kershaw, patenter of the Kershaw double gusset? To my mind, a far bigger boon than communism. I said, don't tell me the Russian women are happy, down the mines all day without so much as a choice of support hose. It's all right, leave the bottle. In Russia, show the least athletic aptitude, and they've got you dangling from the parallel bars with a leotard full of hormones. And what has China ever given the world? Can you really respect a nation that's never taken to cutlery? We bring them over here, and what do? They litter the high street with bean sprouts. I know what you're going to say. What about the Chinese acrobats? Overrated. I could hop up on a unicycle and balance a wheelbarrow on my eyebrows, but I'm far too busy. If I was to take to juggling, I should never get any rummy played. Not that I think Britain's perfect. Oh, no. I see life each week from the train window of my Cheadle Saver. And I think I can safely say that people today aren't pegging enough out. Well, you should see what I see. If I was Prime Minister, and thank goodness I'm not, because I've been the length and breadth of Downing Street and never spotted a decent wool shop. But if I were, I should put a hot drinks machine into the Houses of Parliament and turn it into a leisure centre. The income from that would pay off the national debt. And we could all meet in Helen Murchison's extension. I should also put 3 pence on the price of a flip-top bin, because I don't like them. And use the spare cash to nationalise the lavatory industry, resulting in a standard flush. Furthermore, I would confer knighthoods on various figures in the entertainment and sporting world, namely David Jacobs, Pat Smythe, and Dolly of Emmerdale Farm. Before I leave you, I must say I have much love coming here every week to put you right. And I'd just like to pass on a piece of advice given to me by a plumbing acquaintance of my father's. It's an old Didsbury saying, I've never forgotten it.
Mr. Dixon?
I broke my glasses and I'm on to the last page. You couldn't read it, me, could you?
Well, we're not supposed to, you know. All right, hand it over. Damien pushed her down onto the priceless Persian carpet, his hands hot and hungry. His fingers reached for her rocky pink nipples through the creased polycotton of her wet blouse. Oh, honestly, Mr. Dixon, this is dreadful.
Why?
Well, the whole point about polycotton is that it doesn't crease.
We've a little bit of time before Acorn Antiques, our serial set in an antique shop, so I'd just like to pass on a few messages from the Ministry of Warnings. They'd like everyone to be aware of the dangers of licking their fingers and sticking them into electric light sockets. This can cause serious damage to your nail varnish, and it can kill you. And here's one for working class people about chip pans. I'll repeat this one later in case some of you are out with your whippets. If your chip pan catches fire, it's not a good idea to whirl it round your head by the handle. Smother it in a wet tea towel, or do what I do, have coleslaw. I've never heard of coleslaw catching fire, so it's not quite so dangerous. And finally, don't sit too near the television screen, or I might poke you in the eye. Oh, dear. It was our researcher's birthday, and we all had a little bit of asti spermanti. Anyway, more doings at the Acorns Antiques shop.
Trust me to forget Cousin Hereth was an expert knife thrower.
You won't be building any more motorways round here in a hurry.
What's in your letter, Bert?
It's from the Bishop of Manchesterford. No, I can't have an annulment, and yes, I did leave my gardening gloves in the vestry.
Hear that, Mrs. Hear that, Mrs.
Look, Mrs. O. No amnesia.
Oh, I am pleased. You're delicious. How my gingerbread. Oh. Coming right up, Miss Berta.
What and Babs get it themselves, Mrs. O? I'd like a word.
Why, of course we could.
There's been a new development over Berta's father's will. A new one has been found, dated the day he died.
Who's the sole beneficiary now?
That's the problem. It's a little redhead he met in the blackout in 1943. They had one night of passion and he never saw her again.
Or he thought he never saw her.
What do you mean, Mrs. O?
Oh, well, I'm grey now, Mr. Clifford. Very grey indeed. Right up until 1947, my hair was red. As red as a London bus.
I can't believe Mrs. O's my mother.
Well, I am. The doctor said he'd never seen a finer pair of twins.
Twins, but...
A lovely big boy.
Where's he now?
I had to give him away. We hadn't room for the 2 cots.
Oh, well, he probably would have turned into a hulking great brute anyway.
Oh, I saw our family doctor, Dr. Wimley, today.
And?
Apparently being spiteful and having lots of extramarital relationships could bring back my jaundice, so I'm going to be really nice from now on.
So we can't call you Trixie Trouble anymore.
No, in fact, it's Sister Trixie. I've taken holy orders.
No.
He's running me up to the convent in the Wolseley, but...
Hello? I thought you'd committed suicide. Okay, see you later. That was my so-called husband. Not dead at all. He says, put the triplets in their body warmers. He's taking us all to Manchesterford Zoo, if you please.
Oh, it was just a cry for help, Miss Babs. Otherwise, why try and slash your wrist with an electric razor?
I'm going to go and find my king-size thermos. Looking at animals can be thirsty work.
Oh, we'll go and look for it, Babs.
Yes, Berta and I have lots to talk about.
Well, if it's another christening...
We will.
She may be able to find my thermos, but will she ever find her twin brother?
Well, all I know is his name's Derek, and he's a handyman in an antique shop.
Derek? That's your name, isn't it, Derek?
Well, yes, Miss Babs.
And this is an antique shop? And you're a handyman?
Oh, I must be Miss Berta's twin brother then, Miss Babs.
Yes! Run along and tell her, Derek. Well, it's been a... Phew. Both talking at the same time there, Mrs. A.
I was just going to say, somebody better answer that phone.
I suppose I better answer it.
You answer it, and I'll get you a nice cup of coffee.
You don't have to. After all, you are the sole proprietor of Acorn Antiques now. Hello? Hello, Lisa. Yes, I certainly have heard of it. Yes, do. We're open till 5.
Bye.
Well, it looks like we won't have to go out of business after all. I've just been offered Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Vinci at a very reasonable price.
And Miss Burgess found your thermos, and it's not a thermos at all. It's a very valuable silver antique Georgian wine cooler.
Well, they say things go in threes.
Why, whatever's the third thing?
You remembered my sweetness.
I'm awfully sorry, Miss Babs, but I think you've got the wrong coffee. That one is full of poison, guaranteed to cause agonising death within minutes.
Local news. They still haven't moved that skip, apparently. It's dreadful.